There is a huge secret that most travelers heading to Africa are completely missing out on right now. You might think you need to spend thousands of dollars for an epic adventure in the wild, but there is a spot where you can walk right up to a giant elephant on foot. You can also climb a mountain that touches the clouds and surf waves that nobody else knows about. In this video, I'm going to show you 20 incredible things you must do in Ghana. We are going to go from the busy streets of the capital to the quiet and dry lands of the north. I will even tell you about a village that is built entirely on top of a lake. By the end of this guide, you will know exactly how to plan the most intense trip of your life. Before we hit the road, you should know that Ghana is often called the gateway to Africa for a reason. It is very safe, and the people are some of the friendliest you will ever meet in your entire life. But do not let the smiles fool you, because this place is packed with adrenaline and high energy. If you like sitting by a pool all day, then this might not be the right trip for you. We are looking for people who want to sweat and explore and see things that most people only see on TV. The best time to come is during the dry season, which people call the Harmattan, from December to March. If you come during the rainy season, you might get stuck in the mud while trying to see the lions. Make sure your visa is ready, because once you land in the city of Accra, the real chaos begins. Our first stop is Kakum National Park, which is a short drive from the coast, and it is terrifying. You have to walk across a canopy walkway that is suspended 40 meters above the forest floor. The bridge is 350 meters long, and it is made of wood and rope that shakes. When you are in the middle, you can feel the wind blowing and see the giant trees below your feet. If you are afraid of heights, this will be the ultimate test for your heart and your legs. After surviving the heights of the jungle, it is time to cool off at the beautiful Buswa Beach. This is a small town on the coast where the vibe is very relaxed and the waves are perfect. You can grab a surfboard and take a lesson from a local guy for just a few dollars. The water is warm, and you do not have to worry about huge crowds of tourists getting in your way. It is one of the best places in West Africa to learn how to ride a wave for the first time. Next, we have to talk about something a bit more serious, but very important for your journey. Cape Coast Castle is a huge white building sitting right on the edge of the blue Atlantic Ocean. It looks beautiful from the outside, but the history inside is very dark and very heavy. This was a place where people were held before being sent away during the slave trade hundreds of years ago. Walking through the dark dungeons will give you chills and make you think deeply about the past. It is an adventure into history that every single person needs to experience to understand the world. Just down the road, you will find the Elmina fish market, and it is a total explosion for your senses. Thousands of bright wooden boats are parked in the water, and the smell of salt and fish is everywhere. You have to move quickly, because people are carrying huge baskets of fish on their heads right past you. The colors of the boats and the noise of the shouting sellers make it a perfect spot for photos. It is loud and messy and beautiful all at the same time, which is exactly what Ghana is about. If you want to reach the very end of the country, you have to hike to Cape 3 Points. This is the southernmost tip of Ghana, and it feels like you are standing at the edge of the world. There is a cool solar-powered lighthouse there that looks like something out of a movie. You can hike through the green hills and see the waves crashing against the jagged rocks below. It is quiet here, and you can really feel the power of the ocean as it hits the land. The sixth thing on our list is one of the most unique places you will ever see in your life. It is called the Nzulazu Stilt Village, and you can only get there by taking a long canoe ride. The entire village is built on top of a lake using wood and stilts that go deep into the water. You will see kids playing on the wooden decks and people cooking dinner over the water. It is amazing to see how people have lived this way for hundreds of years without living on land. If you like exploring old ruins without the crowds, you should find Fort Metal Cross in a town called Dix Cove. It is an old fort that is mostly empty, and you can climb all over the stone walls and towers. The view from the top looks out over the fishing village and the bright blue water of the bay. It feels like you are a treasure hunter exploring a lost castle that everyone else forgot about. Now we are moving away from the ocean and heading into the mountains of the eastern region. Mount Afaja is the highest peak in the whole country, and climbing it is a massive physical challenge. The trail is very steep, and the humidity will make you sweat more than you ever have before. But once you get to the top, you can see all the way into the country of Togo next door. The air is fresh, and the feeling of reaching the summit is something you will never forget. Not far from the mountain is the Wli Waterfalls, which is the highest waterfall in West Africa. Most people only go to the bottom part where the water splashes into a big cool pool. But since you are looking for adventure, you need to hike up to the upper falls, which is much harder. The path is narrow and slippery, but seeing the water fall from that height is worth every single step. You will be surrounded by thousands of fruit bats hanging from the cliffs above your head. For those of you who like to climb rocks, the Shea Hills Resource Reserve is the place to be. You can go rock climbing on the big granite hills or explore the caves where kings used to hide. There are also wild baboons and ostriches running around the park, so keep your eyes open. It is a great place to get a workout while seeing some of the local wildlife in their natural home. If you want to try something different, you should go kayaking on the massive Lake Volta. This is the largest man-made lake in the entire world, based on how much surface it covers. The water is usually very calm, and you can paddle past small islands and local fishing boats. It is a very peaceful way to see the countryside and get some exercise at the same time. Make sure you wear plenty of sunscreen because the sun reflects off the water and it gets very hot. Boti Falls is another amazing spot that gives you 3 different adventures in one single trip. You have the twin waterfalls that look like a man and a woman falling side by side. Then you can hike up a hill to see the Umbrella Rock, which is a giant stone shaped like an umbrella. Right next to it is a palm tree with 3 heads, which is a very strange sight to see in nature. It is a long day of walking, but the scenery is so strange and cool that you will love it. If you are feeling really brave, you should go to Kwahu during the Easter season for paragliding. You jump off a high cliff on the Odwayanoma Mountain and float high above the valley below. The wind carries you over the forest and the small towns, and it feels like you are a bird. It is the ultimate adrenaline rush, and the views are better than anything you can find on the ground. This only happens a few times a year, so you have to plan your trip very carefully to catch it. Now we are heading way up north, where the land changes from green forest to dry yellow grass. Wli National Park is the crown jewel of the north, and it is where the real wildlife adventure is. Unlike most places in Africa, you do not stay inside a car to see the animals here. You can go on a walking safari with a ranger who carries a rifle, just in case things get wild. Walking through the grass and seeing a family of elephants just a few meters away is life-changing. Your heart will be pounding as you watch these giant animals eat and play in the water. While you're in the north, you must visit the Larabanga Mosque, which is incredibly old. It is made of mud and sticks, and it looks like a white building with black horns sticking out of it. They say it was built hundreds of years ago, and it is one of the oldest mosques in all of Africa. It is a beautiful piece of architecture that shows how people built things before modern tools. The locals have many legends about how the mosque appeared, and it feels very mystical when you stand there. The 16th thing on our list is definitely the most dangerous-looking one of them all. At the Paga Crocodile Pond, you can actually sit on the back of a real wild crocodile. The people there believe the crocodiles are sacred, and they have lived peacefully with them for years. You buy a chicken to feed the crocodile, and then the guide will tell you it is safe to touch it. It feels very scary to be that close to a predator with huge teeth, but it is a classic Ghana experience. If you want to see a landscape that looks like it belongs on another planet, go to the Tongo Hills. The area is covered in massive volcanic rocks that are piled up in strange and beautiful ways. You can hike through the hills and visit the Tengzug Shrine, where people still go for ancient rituals. The people who live there are very traditional, and they have built their homes right into the rocks. It is a place that feels like time stopped moving 1,000 years ago, and it is very peaceful. For a more quiet animal experience, take a dugout canoe down the Black Volta River at Wekiao. This is a sanctuary for hippos, and you can see them popping their heads out of the water. The canoes are small and low in the water, which makes the experience feel very personal and real. You have to be very quiet, so you do not scare them away or make them angry. The river marks the border between Ghana and Burkina Faso, so you are literally on the edge of the country. Getting around the north can be a bit of a challenge because the roads are long and sometimes bumpy. You can take the STC bus, which is the main long-distance bus system, and it is quite comfortable. Or if you have a bit more money, you can take a quick domestic flight from Accra to Tamale. Either way, you need to be prepared for long travel days and carry plenty of water and snacks. The heat in the north is much stronger than the south, so don't forget your hat and sunglasses. Our 19th adventure takes us to the city of Kumasi to visit the Kajetia Market. This is the biggest open-air market in all of West Africa, and it is a complete maze. There are over 10,000 stalls selling everything from gold jewelry to car parts and food. You will get lost almost immediately, but that is actually the best way to see the market. Just follow the flow of the crowd and watch how people trade and talk in this massive space. Finally, we end our journey back in the capital city of Accra for the famous Osu nightlife. The streets come alive at night with loud Afrobeats music and people dancing everywhere. You can find fancy rooftop bars or just sit on a plastic chair on the sidewalk with a cold drink. The energy is electric, and it is the best place to celebrate finishing your big adventure. Accra is a city that never really sleeps, and the people are always ready to have a good time. While you are exploring the streets, you absolutely have to try the local street food. You cannot leave Ghana without trying the jollof rice, which is a spicy red rice dish. There is also waki, which is rice and beans served in a green leaf with lots of spicy sauces. And my favorite is red, which is a sweet bean stew served with fried plantains. It is cheap and delicious, and it will give you all the energy you need for your hiking. One more thing you should do is learn how to weave kente cloth in the village of Bonwire. Kente is the famous colorful fabric that Ghana is known for all around the world. The weavers use their hands and feet to move the wooden looms with incredible speed. They will even let you try it yourself, but you will quickly realize how hard it actually is. It is a great way to support the local artists and take home a piece of real culture. When you are back in Accra, make sure you have a strategy for the Makala market. It is even more crowded than the one in Kumasi, and it can be very overwhelming for some. Keep your bag in front of you and don't be afraid to haggle for a better price on anything you buy. It is the commercial heart of the city, and seeing it in person is a wild experience. Before you go, make sure you have good hiking boots and a power bank for your phone. You will also need to talk to your doctor about medicine to prevent malaria before you leave home. Ghana is a land of massive waterfalls and giant elephants and the kindest people on earth. It is a place that will change the way you see the world and give you stories for a lifetime. If you enjoyed this guide, then you should check our video descriptions for the best deals in hotels and accommodation, flights, attractions and tours, travel eSIMs and insurance, transfers and airport services, trains and buses, car and bike rentals, cruises, package tours,